folks, the meeting will come to order. It is probably, what, 5:02? And this is a meeting of the Selectboard on July 14th, 2025, starting at 5:02. We have posted the agenda for this meeting to conform with the open meeting law in 3 places on our website, and have emailed all people that have interest in knowing when we are having our meetings and what the agenda is. So we do conform to the open meeting law. We will start. Are there any additions or deletions from this agenda? Forever hold your peace, because it will be set as the agenda for our meeting. Okay, we have some prior meeting minutes from June 23rd, 2025. I have read them over. I did have one little correction, I think might be a typo under the highway updates. It says John informed the board that the F-550 is back to replace. He said the crew replanted the bridge in Corporation Road. Replanked, I think is what it is. Yeah, so in case somebody in the future wants to know how we planted, how did they plant bridges back then?
Make it a little big around here.
So with that, I move that we accept the meeting minutes from June 23rd, 2025.
Second.
I wasn't here, so I probably
All
should.
all in favor?
Aye.
Yes, if you're not here, you
Oh,
don't.
that's right. I still had my mind on the one that I missed, so I'm like in between.
We can move right into departmental reports. Do we have anybody on board from the library?
No.
How are we doing with the highway these days? Hi.
I'm sorry, I was reading that email about the highways.
Anything you need to share?
I don't know, I didn't read them. We're working on the mountain, get that ready to let the pavers come.
And that will be in August?
And get it ready for the pavers to come.
Okay.
So that's your contractor to do the culvert up on Bethel Mountain Road?
Yeah.
Okay.
One more culvert and some ditch work to do. Hopefully the end of the week will be done. I don't know. Traffic acts the way they do. When they be done, down there.
Well, it's vacation season.
Good, we may just say, go.
It's construction and vacation season at the same time.
Well,
Well,
it
we're-
doesn't, just because you're on vacation, doesn't mean you can be a total idiot when you're going through a work zone.
Okay, so noted, everybody that's on vacation, drives carefully.
Here's your
Yes.
PSA.
It doesn't matter. We're not on vacation and we all want to go home.
I'm not on vacation either.
And people that just won't, they're impatient. Sure.
And you think that from the condition of the road, they would find some patience to see that the road's getting worked on.
Yeah, well, we're not out there doing that for us. We're out there doing that for them and they forget that.
The Cooter, question on your asphalt contractor. Does he shut down at a certain date?
Not till
I
October.
don't know what that date is.
Okay, but it's,
Actually, when they did the lower section, he had to shut down that day at by 2 o'clock or his power rate was gonna go sky high.
oh, I was thinking, a winter shutdown.
It's October, mid-October-ish, and
Probably
then
like November 1st.
It-
It's gotta do
with the
more
temperature.
with the power increase than anything else.
Right. I mean, obviously, it'd be nice to be done before that happens.
Takes a lot of electricity.
Okay,
Other than that, I really don't have anything.
work in progress. So,
Well, yeah, I do actually. We got our 550 back and now the check engine light's on, so it's gonna go away. Yeah. I do.
okay,
So
Of
to
course.
do something about that, do we have to put that on the next agenda or can we do that tonight?
no, we can't do it tonight, it's not on the agenda, but
Okay.
we do have to have a meeting about it. I mean, all of us got the repair bills, and I've been approving them, so I know about them. We have to look at what our options are, so we have to meet with Budget Committee and John. So this is a little bit more complicated than just, let's figure it out tonight. But I'm open and ready 7 days a week to have that discussion. Let's go for it. So just let me know, I'm around. And just stick around for a minute, because I'll have a question for you and you after you give your reports. Utilities operator.
All's good.
All is good. Meters get read at the end of June.
Yep.
I see you
I'll
have
find
a,
out
I
for
see
now.
you have a new helper. Do we have Jeff on the line for energy coordinator? And we have no grant updates. I did have something on my select board thing.
I think it's here.
I'll say it then.
Repurposing Vic is on.
Well, that's where we are now. Repurposing High School Committee update. Vic, we'd love to hear from you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, let me just get your volume up a little bit. Yeah, so Suzuki Week is in the building now. They just started, got a good crowd, and the building was just amazingly cleaned up. Some areas were painted to make it look more attractive for them and for other users over the summer. We've had summer music program for kids in there since late June. They're in there on a weekly basis. We have a letter of intent to file a proposal for child care center operator, and the operator was actually in the building for a tour. They're very excited about submitting a full proposal, and that would be a key service to the Valley, and we're looking forward to continue to work with them. They don't wish to be disclosed at this moment, but it was be very exciting if they turned out to be the operator. The management agreement is still under development. Hope to have that next draft back to the select board within a week, and go from there and continue that process, and hope to bring it to a conclusion. We don't have a new date for the closing. I don't know if select board has heard anything from the school board or not, but I have not heard anything about that.
No, I have not heard anything either. It is in the hands of the attorneys as well. So what I can do is send a message to our town attorney to see if they do have a tentative date for closing. I don't want it to go beyond August 1. So is everything that you have is in order, correct?
Yep. I think
Okay.
we're waiting. And then we had a working session on the capital cost estimating last Friday. Mike attended that as well. So not ready to specify a number just yet. They're still working on that, but that is well along, and we expect that to come to conclusion before the end of the month. That's the phase 1, focused primarily on the classroom wing of the building.
Okay.
So that's it.
That's it. That's good. That's enough.
Okay, yes.
So it is
Lots going on.
pleasant to see the Suzuki people wandering around town, and they got their lines and their cones, and they all seem to be happy. So that is a good generator for the town. So thank you for that.
You bet.
Thank you for that, Highway Department.
Mhm.
Okay, and now let's see. Select board updates. I got some. It's somewhere around right after our last meeting on June 23rd. I did start a discussion which has been kind of ongoing about the Jones Mountain Road issue. I've been entering into what I consider a mediation of abutting landowners. There's an issue with access to a property that is served by a town roadway or trail or pent road, whatever it may be called. This issue continues to be researched, yet we do know that access to that final piece of property on the end of that road must be in place. So stay tuned, folks. What we're trying to do is get a resolution to two landowners that are having an issue, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that we can come to an agreement. All three of us are aware of the situation, and all three of us are ready to chip in and help in any way we can to resolve this. June 24th, an estimate of engineering work to be done on the Haynes property for their riverbank restoration was accepted. This is a project that was granted 2 years ago now. There's a bank, the backyard of someone's house is eroding down into a brook down by Tupper. And so the federal people are coming in to restore that bank so that the house doesn't end up in the stream. It's the River Protection Program, and they basically don't want her house in their river. So it's like $200,000 to restore the bank. It's the Tabitha Haynes property, former Ted Whitlake. So that is starting to actually come together. 6/24, I had a discussion with Jeff from the American Legion Post about changing their meeting place from the basement to this main level. There was going to be a brick wall as to the grant to make this building more efficient. When they discovered that the basement was being utilized for public service, the grant was all just going to blow up and not be able to work. So we talked to American Legion, and they're more than happy to move their meetings upstairs to this room. They meet once a week, and it usually doesn't go more than an hour. And so they were very gracious in saying we'd be fine with meeting upstairs. I see no reason why we can't grant that. I don't think it has to be a big ordeal. They're using the same building. And hopefully this satisfies Jeff and the state grant people about access, public access not taking place in the basement of this building. That way we can concentrate on making the building that we do use more efficient. So,
It also simplifies the Americans with Disabilities Act
Yeah.
Aspects of that grant. So it's definitely a good thing that is happening.
and that was probably one of the main issues that they had with it. They had to make it ADA compliant besides that. June 25th, I had a discussion with some finance entities regarding options for a fleet or lease program for upcoming truck purposes. Yet to meet with John to proceed with those purchases. When he gets a little less tied up with the road work, maybe we can all get together and sit down and see where we stand with that. On June 25th, bids are under state review. I don't know what that means. Responded to a report of a homeless female residing on the park. That was resolved within 24 hours. July 1st, a local hazard mitigation plan that we had submitted and have been worked on for many months has been reviewed and is in the state officials' hands. They did have some questions to come back with us. We are meeting with them next week and hopefully get that resolved, and that plan will then be signed off and in place. That will help us. We need to have this in place to get grants. We need to have this in place to respond to emergencies. So it's this one is a useful plan to have in place. We also, the Selectboard and the Planning Board is working on having another public information meeting regarding the cell tower that's going up on the south end of town. And that said, that will be 7/17. According to the PSB, PUC, all of the state boards. They are looking for the select board to submit a letter of recommendation or denial. So I am asking the highway department and the fire department for what their support or non-support of having a cell tower down on the Martin property south of town. I believe I can say that I understand that a cell tower would still not replace your two-way radio systems. But would you find a Verizon cell tower towards the south end of town useful and effective towards your jobs?
Not fire or rescue.
Not for fire or rescue. Okay. Don't use cell towers at all. You wouldn't use it as a secondary thing.
One way or the other.
Okay. Okay.
Truthfully.
So I will not use the highway department or the fire department as a letter of support if that letter does come about. So I gotta check
I
with,
don't think it's a bad thing, but I don't think it's gonna change my day-to-day operations.
But it's
one way
gonna
or
be
the other.
Verizon, I mean, anybody in this valley doesn't have Verizon. So,
but
I mean, that's not gonna help anyone.
people driving through would have Verizon
That'd be
and
it.
they could stop and report a car accident or something, but that's, if you're not in support of it, that's fine. We'll go in that direction. And last but not least, just this past weekend, Rob Gardner asked for information to the, he wanted to know if we could get more information out to the public regarding Vermont alerts, in light of the flooding that happened around the state, which typically happens on July 10th. He was concerned that people in Rochester were not aware of signing up for a Vermont alerts system. So that you get the alerts on your phone saying, run for the hills. Or, you know, a road is closed, or tornado warnings, anything that could happen, Amber alerts. So, I don't know, I'll take suggestions
Kind
on,
of a personal thing, not a select board thing.
well, somebody has asked us to make an effort to
I don't
get
have
the
any
information
alerts on my
out there,
phone, 'cause I
so.
don't want to hear 'em.
So, yeah, but if someone feels as though the information is not readily available to the public, then we will try to find a way to.
Maybe they'd like to have sirens again.
I'll put it on the list of suggestions. Maybe a small blurb in our town meeting booklet or something to that effect. It doesn't have to be in every town meeting book, but that would be a good way. We have a lot of information in there, so I thought maybe we could just plug it into that page with the info.
We get that at home. I don't know how my wife signed up for it, but she's not a technological wizard, so it's not hard to do. Maybe it's just you go on a website or there's a phone number. It's got to be that simple. Maybe it's something we can put on the website.
I think you can sign up for it through Channel 3 News too. But we'll dig up how to do it. I think I'm signed up with it already too. And we'll get the word out there. And that is it for the select board. Unless you guys have something to add.
No, ma'am.
Let's move on to new business. We do have a request for a utility bill forgiveness. This is Rob Meadows, Patricia Rydell on the bottom here of Bethel Mountain Road. And the home in question is their rental property, 202 Bethel Mountain Road. I will read their letter. Dear Rochester Selectboard, we write to ask if financial relief might be granted concerning the utility bill for our property at 202 Bethel Mountain Road for the April through June billing period. Evidently, a leak occurred during that period and the usage leapt to 57,800 gallons for the quarter, generating a bill of $949.20. Yesterday, July 9th, Bobby Walker tracked down a leak in one of the toilets and immediately repaired it, so we expect the problem has been solved. The tenant in the house, a single mother with 2 young children, did not alert us to anything unusual, so the first evidence we had of unusually high usage was via the end of June bill. We respectfully request the utility company to please waive some or all of the charges associated with the excess usage in this billing period as they amount to a financial hardship. Historically, in my era, historically, what we have generally agreed to is half the bill.
Yep.
We can split it 50-50.
But only once.
Yeah.
The next time this happens, we'll
Right.
pay it all. So, I mean, if you're gonna rent a place, you need to take care of
It
it.
is your rental property, it is your property, and it is still your responsibility. That being said, we do have some sympathy for people that are just unaware. I think we have done it for vacation homes before, ski house maybe, and we have done it for others. So we will follow suit to that. But yeah, this is a one-time grant. So out of the $949.20, are we talking about $475?
Yeah, because this, you can't use the ski lodge because that was their hot water heater that split.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't go to our sewer. This went to our sewers,
Okay.
which puts a, you could put a moratorium on our usage. The
Yeah.
government the state looks at this and says, you know, this is how much you use, so if you guys wanna add to this, you only got so much to do.
One other question, would one leaky toilet generate 57,000 gallons easily? So
You
no,
take a half a gallon is 700 gallons a day just for that one item.
okay, so this was going on for a while. Yep.
Well, at least, I checked it, 2-week period, and it used 6,000, pretty near 7,000 gallons in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
At that address?
Yep.
So how long would it take?
When we read them, we call, Julie sees there's a big error, I look at it, and
14,000
go up,
gallons a month.
check.
Mm-hmm.
What was their
And then
bill
we
a
called
year
them.
ago
Yeah.
for the same period?
It shouldn't go back a year, you should
No,
ignore
but I
some
just
of it.
wondered, a year ago, did it relate to what they did this time?
You can't do it that way, cause you don't know how many people were there a year ago.
So it was repaired on July 9th, so how long would you wait to check the meter again to be sure that this was the culprit and it's not going on further?
2 weeks from when I read it, whatever that is.
So next week sometime you could read that and you would be looking at normal usage to know that the problem is fixed.
Right.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Well,
so,
it's not gonna, no, it's not gonna tell me, I read it, whatever day I read it on, I got it marked in the book.
mm-hmm,
I can tell you there, but it depends on when they fixed. If
July
they
9th.
fixed July 9th, see, so theoretically you should read it, try reading it this week.
9
and
days
then
are
read it
bad,
in a
14
couple
days are good.
weeks In order to get the accurate answer.
Well, as long as it's not way up there
Right.
still. That you could
It
determine.
should have dropped
Yeah,
by half.
yeah, it should at least look a little bit more normal. So I move that we do offer a credit of $475 towards this $949.20 bill.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So we can gain some relief for you, Rob and Patricia. I need you back. Adopt capital budget and program. Brian, I've got it in my hands. This was a lot of work that we started last fall, and it has finally come to completion. And I think one of the questions we're gonna have, how long do we need to go before we have to do this again?
Well, the lifespan of this budget is 10 years, but I would say once you adopt it, you should be updating it. I would say
Yeah.
maybe as frequently as you think it needs to be on a quarterly basis, maybe 6 months, a year. That's what I would recommend. As often as is useful.
Okay, folks, what this is this is actual a budget of capital expenses, large expenses that need to be spent for the next 10 years. We spent a lot of time meeting with all the department heads and came up with what they're going to need, that's high-ticket items, how many years out before they need it, and came up with a budget for the next 10 years about how much we're going to need to raise for very expensive items. This is a very scary report to look at, folks. It's not cheap to run a town anymore, and a lot of these expenses are coming about, including our septic system, our water system, our highway equipment. We have things on this list like a new grader. Because we're going out 10 years, and the new grader and the new loader, things that we have come to take granted for because they've been around for 10 years, they run good, they look good, they're being taken care of, but they will be at the end of their lifespan during this period of time. Our septic system, which is supposed to be, state-of-the-art, wonderful several years ago, a couple decades ago, right, is now going to be asking us for maintenance and upgrading. It does have pumps and things that have lifespans. So stay tuned. We're going to hold on to our budgets, but these numbers are going to fold into our budgets. Anybody wants to take a look at this, there's a lot of data in here. You can come to the town office and read this report. With that, I hand it off here. I signed it, and I will move that we accept the capital budget as it was designed.
Second.
Brian, do you have anything more to say about that?
No, I don't. I think that's perfect.
And I would like to make a comment that
Please do.
it doesn't include only fire, highway, and utilities. It includes
Building repairs.
It includes the cemetery.
Yep.
It includes what goes on in this building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
there's
think
a lot of
probably
different
few others
categories
first,
here.
too.
You second that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Brian. We signed
Thank you,
it.
Brian.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
And we hope to talk to you again in 10 years. Awesome.
That's great.
You've been wonderful to work with. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, number 3 is an interesting thing we're bringing to the table. This is coming to you by way of the Selectboard, and this is kind of a subcategory off of the open meeting law, and the legislature just addressed a little bit of this issue about public participation. And so the VLCT, Vermont Leagues of Cities and Towns, took that legislation and they designed what is called a municipal meeting rules for public participation. This is being presented as a policy, and we have all reviewed this. This policy would cover all meetings that take place in the town of Vermont, in the town of Rochester. But it is footnoted at the bottom that the chair of any meeting can alter these rules at their discretion at any time. I am going to read this document because there's also a framed copy of it on the wall as you enter the door. And but I am going to read it for those that are on Zoom. And this is basically framed by VLCT. Welcome to this Rochester municipal meeting. Vermont's open meeting law assures your right to attend and participate in meetings of local boards and committees, which are considered public bodies. We appreciate you taking the time to be here. Please be aware that this is a working meeting, not a meeting of the public, for example, a public forum. Its purpose is for the public body to do its work on behalf of Rochester, Vermont. Help us make the best use of everyone's time by following these rules. 1. If you are not part of the agenda to speak, you may only participate during the portions of the agenda reserved for public comment. Number 2, if you'd like to speak in person or online, raise your hand, and by phone is *9. Number 3, once you've been called upon by the chair, tell us your name and town of residence. Number 4, direct all your remarks to the chair, not to others in the room. Number 5, make sure your comments are relevant to the agenda item or items being addressed. Do not go off topic. Number 6, comments under other business must pertain to the business of the public body only. So it would only pertain to select board business. Help ensure that this is a meeting in which everyone feels safe to express their views and where disruptions are minimized so that we can accomplish our community's work. Please remember, each person will be limited to 3 minutes of comment, which may be extended only by the chair. If you don't use all your time, extra time cannot be reserved or yielded to another person, like the Congress does. Each person may only speak once on the same agenda item, time permitting, with the consent of the chair. Those who haven't been heard yet will be given priority over those who have already spoken. Respect the orders and rulings of the chair. Irrelevant comments and interrupting others are not allowed. Disruptive people will be asked to leave and removed if necessary. You do not have the right to vote on agenda items. Share your ideas, listen actively, and respect your neighbor's right to their opinions. We value your engagement. Our community offers a variety of ways to participate. If you'd like to learn more about public forums, issue discussions, and other ways to stay involved, please visit our town website. And the chair of any meeting can alter these rules at their discretion at any time. This will be the rule of our meetings. This is what we will go by. So, Nancy,
I have a question.
you have the question, and we're in discussion.
Relative to agendas and the additions and deletions.
Yes.
If we're putting additions onto this agenda, can we act on those
No.
additions?
No, they have to be warned in advance for us to make a decision.
Okay.
So it can go on the agenda as a discussion item, but it cannot be no action can be
But it
taken
can be
until the public
discussed.
knows we're gonna take action.
Will be discussed.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Go for it.
And then who can put those or suggest those added agenda items?
Anybody can suggest to place something on the agenda.
Yeah.
We cannot stop that from happening, but like I said, we cannot act on it. So if somebody
Yeah,
did
yeah,
wanna have a
okay.
specific discussion about something, they can ask to have it put on the agenda, and we would then have to grant them the time to discuss it.
So it's required to put something on the agenda if someone asks?
Yes.
Okay.
But that agenda would have to pertain to select board or town business. And, then.
And you add it to your agenda.
And we add it to the agenda publicly. And of course, it also pertains to public comment, needs to only relate to what was on the agenda. You can't go outside the box, or why we're here tonight. If you had a concern, then you would wait till our next meeting and ask to have that concern put on the agenda. It is part of the open meeting law, so going off on a tangent and discussing something that was not planned for, that the general public did not know was going to happen, is not allowed. So that's why it falls under the open meeting law. I move that we adopt this policy.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And there is a copy on the wall over there. That goes for you, Nancy. No more out of control. Now, next on our list is discussion on school street traffic flow. Who was bringing that to our agenda? Okay, and she is not here tonight, is she on Zoom?
Who's,
Susie Smolin.
oh, okay.
Who's in the greenhouse right next door.
yep, yep.
We stuck it on the agenda because it came up in
Our last meeting.
our last meeting at
Mhm.
the, discussion, public comment section of things, so.
I guess my question would be, what traffic?
I'm not having any comment. Any further,
Now you
other
should
further,
be hearing the whole high school was here.
any further discussion? Well, I move that we close this subject for the time being.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Complete FEMA's Hazard Mitigation Assistant Program Open Space Monitoring Checklist. I don't even know where that is. What is that?
Sorry. So it's just, I just wanted to put it on record that it's gonna be dealt with. It's something that comes up for every 3 years. It was determined back with Irene. It was the buyouts that FEMA purchased the 2 properties in town. Which
Yes.
was-
Which turned into little parks and things.
Well, no, it's the one beyond with the house that,
Cliffhanger. The house on Quarry Road.
Yep.
Yeah.
and Quarry Hill Road. So I just have to take photos of
Oh.
each of those 3 photos.
A field
and
trip.
submit. Yep.
Sounds
So I
like
just
fun.
wanted to put on record that it's been done and will be submitted,
Okay,
so that, every 3 years, it's looked at in case we just need to know, why that happens and,
and they wanna know we've done nothing else with the property.
exactly, yeah.
So Pat,
Mm-hmm.
are Mike and Chad aware of which houses were purchased by the town after Irene?
What were there, 5 of them?
I'm aware of 2.
There's only.
Well, there were
Not
2
purchased
over
by the
here.
town.
That they want me to.
Oh, by the state.
The state, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, there were 2 houses down where the park is by the firehouse.
Yeah.
And
And then,
Oh, okay.
Robert,
Quarry
I
Road.
mean, the Graham house, Quarry Hill house,
And Temple Flats, right?
who?
Rocks over here,
Yeah, Graham Frock. Okay, maybe it was only 4.
you have a list of them.
Yeah.
And they only listed 2.
Well,
So
wasn't
they
the,
only listed Quarry Hill and the, Beth Ross house.
wasn't the old
Oh, yeah.
snowball down on
There's-
Tupper?
There's the other trailer that was.
Yeah, there's
That
2 there
was
on the
not Rochester.
Littleland or something.
Oh, that's
or-
over the line.
That's
Three.
what I thought it
Okay,
was.
maybe
I
that's
thought
the
it was
Was
just
it
five.
determined that they were gonna
Okay.
stay as open
Okay.
space?
They have to.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the other 2 are not.
There's
The other 2
3
are just
down
vacant
that lot.
lots. That's probably why it's those 2.
That's right, Don Jones's property.
Yeah,
trailers
two
and
trailers and
boxes.
then,
I thought there
Yeah.
were 2, but there were 3 on that
Wouldn't think
property.
it now.
3 property,
Okay.
3
I didn't know
buildings.
that they counted mobile homes as a,
I think you did.
It was
Did
a
you know
home.
what the,
Yeah.
And did you
you
just
could
do
never,
the
they
2
could never be
places?
built on again.
Yeah.
Right,
Right,
yeah,
FEMA
I
buyouts.
know about the program, I guess I didn't know where every single house that went into it was located, but you do, and you have to go take a picture every year,
Or every 3 years.
every 3 years.
That's all I wanted
To
put
make
on
sure we
record.
didn't like,
Yeah, we didn't build
build a Holiday
some,
Inn on it or a Dollar
Maybe
General.
you'd like to go with Julie to take pictures.
if she wants me to go, I'll go.
I think I got it.
I have pictures before the house was torn down of what it looked like. Okay, so, the last thing on our new business list, we're moving right along, is a park use application, Orange County Parent-Child Center, pop-up mobile food shelf. Yeah, and I'm done with you guys now, I asked my question. It's an application for use of the town park. We're gonna have a little discussion on this one, because it's a pop-up mobile food shelf, which is in parentheses called community cart, to provide free food and diapers to families. So my question is, I don't know that we have anybody that can answer the question, do we? Is this one of those where they're gonna hand out boxes of food and the cars all line up to, like you see it, like we saw during COVID? I'm not quite sure what
Yeah.
how to
it's-
approve this, because I
kinda
don't
vague.
know what the mechanics of it is.
I have
Pop-up mobile
concerns.
food shelf. I'm imagining that they've got a truck, and they're gonna take a box out of the truck and give a box to every car that goes by. That's what I've seen in other places.
I have concerns about the location. Certainly would like to see it happen. Just not sure if the park in the middle of town is the safest.
I don't think it should be on the
Most
park. It was
organized
down at the
option.
school during the
Mhm.
month.
And the monthly food truck thing, still goes to the church, right? It
Yes.
pulls up in the churchyard, and
Yes.
then it offloads to people there. So I'm
Yes.
not quite sure where this is coming from. This is Sarah Hall.
And then they still have the one up in Hancock.
It's Orange County distributing food in Windsor County.
But this is different, this is that parent-child group who didn't wanna come over here
I think they wanted to do it with the
and
library
take over the
event too.
daycare.
They have 2 dates, July 24th or August 14th. And then they have 3 different times, 2-hour slots. So why don't I give Sarah Hall a call and try to figure out exactly what's involved there. We will not meet again before her 7/24 date, correct? No, we're the
No.
28th. So I will give her a call right away, and that way if she wants to use another location and she wants to do 7/24, she can maybe scramble with the church or the school.
I don't think the church, but maybe the school.
The school would be a much better
It was a
area.
big parking lot.
Yeah.
They used that
Go
big
right
parking
around the
lot.
circle.
Yeah.
Yes, driving,
It's a circle.
it's not kids.
So we're gonna move that one along.
Okay.
Any old business? Any public comment? No one on Zoom? Going once, going twice. I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, aye, aye.